Blackout Coffee is a proud sponsor of the Street Tales Network. You get up every morning and put in the hard work. You deserve a coffee that does the same. This isn't your weak mass-produced brew. This is Blackout Coffee. Blackout Coffee is a veteran-owned company, and they roast their beans right here in the USA. Blackout Coffee supports families, freedoms, and a cup of coffee that's as strong as your values. Support Blackout Coffee and the Street Tales Network by making your order today. Go to blackoutcoffee.com/Street Tales to get 20% off your first order.
When he's got a mic, ladies.
All right, yeah. This is our 56th episode, so we're just going to kind of kick it around the room, but I'm going to start off by saying this because it's something, one of the main reasons I left the Secret Service was the fucking travel, and doing it again yesterday, I relived all of those experiences where you can't catch a fucking connecting flight. They're delayed all the fucking time.
Yes.
And I can't run because I got my knee replaced. So I'm trying to get to my next gate.
First mistake was not getting a direct flight.
Okay. All right, bro. One of the few perks of living in Jersey is the food, and then you also have an international airport. Get a direct flight, bro. There's really no other reason.
Got a direct flight at like 12 midnight and got here in 2. Spirit Airlines.
I got a direct flight at 7 o'clock in the evening, got here at LA at 9. I mean, it took me 2 hours. Come on.
Oh my God. Awful.
Wait, are we doing a science podcast? How did he?
Yeah, that was a lot of math.
With the time dilation.
Yeah,
because the Earth is flat.
Oh my God, we're not doing that. We're not doing that again.
No.
I was up there in the plane. I had a window seat, and the shit looked flat to me.
Oh my God.
You you can see the curvature of the Earth up there.
Well, Mo, I want to start off first because we haven't everyone represent.
Yeah.
Mo, I'll let you talk about it, but we all got our bracelets on.
When I was telling him about us doing the podcast and we started recording and he saw it getting some traction, and when we got our first sponsor, Blackout Coffee Company.
Let's go.
He was like, Mom, I want to sponsor you guys. So I want to create a company to sponsor y'all and help get Street Tales Network off the ground. I was like, well, appreciate you.
I checked my checking account today. The money hasn't come through yet.
It's coming. It's coming. So he decided, he goes, I want to make jewelry.
Yeah.
So I'm going to create a company that makes jewelry, and we're going to have a Street Tales line that people can buy. So he created his first 4 Street Tales line bracelets.
Love it.
I'm wearing the girl version of Street Tales with just the ST.
Accurate colors, by the way.
Yeah. He actually looked at my backdrop and picked beads based on the backdrop.
Mine says ST too.
Street Tales. That's
but you got the male.
You got the male version. Yeah. That's what I was going to say.
I don't know what makes it different, but they look great.
Well, I think that the pinks they're not pinks, but the like lighter yellows and the more like jewelry ones, you guys wouldn't want to wear this. Whereas
listen,
we have ginormous wrist over here, so he could fit the whole title of Street Tales, and he got Tales from the Street all on his.
So
I feel very secure in my manhood that I could wear.
You should.
You should feel happy that you are wearing the complimentary bracelet to me.
True.
Well, I mean,
uniqueness.
We the 2 best people on the podcast.
So it's Gigi Makes Jewelry.
Are we going to be able to put them on the website?
We're going to be putting them on our website, the streettalesnetwork.com. And then he is in the midst of working with creating his own website as well, so that people can go there.
Get a gold horn.
Oh my God.
You're an idiot. He wants to make a couple more versions too, so that there's more female versions, because right now this is the only like ladies version. The other ones they're more masculine, but women could wear them.
He get into this all on his own?
All on his own, because he wanted to support our podcast.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
He is all about our like family little unit. So he was like, we're doing this. Let's go. Right. He goes, can I do a video conference with the team so we can discuss it?
Yeah.
I'm down.
Let's get your website going, bud.
Adam, I got to say this. So he went to school and he sold one to his teacher.
He did.
And Mo was like, oh, did you give it to your teacher? He's like, no. I mean, I gave her a discount, but no.
She really paid for it.
Invoice.
Awesome. 100%. That's an awesome teacher.
Yeah. He also told me the other day that once once Gigi Makes Jewelry gets off the ground, he's taking it straight to Shark Tank so he can let them know how they can invest.
I love it.
The Shark Tank still on TV?
Yes, it is.
Is Mark Cuban still in it?
Yeah.
I think I've watched like 3 episodes.
Yeah. He said he's going to Shark Tank with it, and he's also going to hire me. So you guys, I'm going to be the one that has to answer all the phone calls and tie his bracelets, he said.
You better negotiate good pay for this.
He said he's going to pay me $25,000 a year to tie bracelets.
Okay.
And answer the phones.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't bad unless I got to tie a lot of bracelets.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg paid his guy $100,000 to roll stuff. So,
that's a good job.
There's a market.
Wait, did he really pay? That's awesome.
You don't want to waste time doing that on your own. No.
Hand me one.
Yeah, let me get that. And he knows the way I like it.
Didn't he stop? He stopped doing pop for a while, like years ago. But then he's like, he's like, what am I crazy? I love this.
I don't believe that.
Is that when he was Snoop Lion?
Didn't he do something like that?
Yeah, he did like a reggae album or something. Yeah. Listen, I love that guy. You know, he's been successful for 40, 50 years, whatever it is.
Can't knock it.
And he supports his like community.
He's
like
big,
doing a lot of
the Little League.
He used to coach his son's pee-wee, really big,
and dumps a lot of money into that area for their leagues to help kids.
When you really think about it, you don't you don't hear it. Like anybody that you ever met him said he just talks to you. He's like down to earth guy.
Mm-hmm. I have a buddy of mine that he was actually a sergeant at our sheriff's office. He met him and he's like, he is super cool.
Yeah. Well, one Snoop is recorded here, and Jeff knows him, the owner of the Village Studios. But talk about a kind of tying into, we were just doing promos and stuff for Street Tales. But talk about a guy, 16, 17. He was in court for murder, running, gang shit.
Murder drugs, was the case that they gave.
Exactly right. Went into the rap game where, again, back then it was super violent.
Yep.
There's a lot of shit going on. But now, if you met him today, I would be like, none of that would resonate with me that he was living that kind of lifestyle. But he was able to remove himself, and
but he still he still like has links to the community.
Of course,
he went to.
Yeah,
I mean, look, I'm like I said, we talked about before this. I'm not a football guy. I'm not a sports guy because one, I sucked playing sports growing up. Like I can run and swim, but like catching, I may get hit in the face.
Get your hands up, man.
Yeah. But like the best all around and the Super Bowl halftime show is the one with him and Dr. Dre.
Yes,
hands.
I gotta push back on that one.
Which one?
Michael Jackson.
Oh, well, okay. Recent, bro. Last 10 years.
No. I still think Snoop Dogg.
Gotta be Michael Jackson.
I don't know. I like Prince's too, though. The Prince one was good.
Wasn't Prince like one of the first ones that like kind of started like the big thing?
Michael Jackson was the first one.
Michael Jackson was the first, but then Prince did like the whole band, and then it was raining, and he's like, let it ride.
Let's go.
Yeah.
They got and I did watch a whole YouTube thing on this.
Yeah.
So they were trying to get up the ratings for halftime the Super Bowl halftime show
because everybody
because they watch the game, then they turn to something else at halftime. They're like, no, we want to keep the viewership here. So how can we do it? I was like, we're going to get the biggest artists in the world to do halftime show to keep people there. That's what started the halftime.
And not pay them.
wait.
You don't pay for halftime.
You don't get paid for a halftime show. Shit.
So what happens is it's like free advertising for you and your music.
And your album or whatever.
Because they usually are singing whatever their biggest song is or new song that they have coming out. So it's a perk.
Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and 50 Cent and Eminem, they sang all their older stuff, which was...
It's fine.
That's stuff you want to hear.
Because now you have all the young kids that hadn't heard it, that went and started listening. And
look, I still will watch it on YouTube. Because, I grew up at that time. Like I lived in California when that was out and stuff like that. Like, it's the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah. Well, and you're here where the Chronic album was.
Bar. Now that I'm thinking about this, I heard this question posed the other day. Someone said Michael Jackson might be the most famous person on the planet.
Okay.
Who's a bigger star than Michael Jackson? And I was thinking about it. I was like, they might be right. I was like, because I was a kid when Michael Jackson was big, big, big. Yeah. So I remember he did, I think it was Budapest, where it was like on HBO or whatever.
Yeah.
And there were people fainting.
Just
falling. He was just.
And Thriller's still the biggest selling album.
Has to be.
Over 40 million.
Has to be.
Yeah, like bands have had like 10 albums and they've sold that many albums in there, but he sold one.
Not just that, like you said, though, he goes to countries where they don't even speak the language.
Yeah. And they know every
word of his song.
And the funny thing is that like he was a weird dude. We all know that.
I don't know if I believe that though.
He was weird.
Stuff's coming out.
He was definitely weird.
Yeah, he was.
But weird. What kind of weird? I don't know.
Like, it's weird.
Success at that young of an age.
Right.
He was legit. Like his dancing and singing.
Amazing.
Like it wasn't like he didn't need auto-tune or something.
No.
Oh.
Well, listen, I was in Germany and I guess he stayed at one of the hotels and I think it may have been in Paris, but there was a hotel where he was stayed at and like his family was. They have a memorial still there from just his time being there.
Wow.
That is pictures and stuff like that.
Would you really want to live that lifestyle though?
No.
To be that famous?
Yeah.
No, I do not.
No.
I can say right now.
You can't just get in your car and go to the grocery store by yourself.
Well, my was about the money that you have, right? So if you're that famous and that rich, you can afford to like be places and not.
No. I still like I like that, like, you know, the hotel we stayed at this morning, I can walk to Starbucks.
Right.
Yeah.
And no one bothers me.
Can't
like,
do that.
Look at Justin Bieber, like Taylor Swift. They can't go anywhere.
There was a guy that said with Michael Jackson, he used to make prosthetics for his face so that he could go out in public and just be normal.
Yeah. That's got to play with your
mind,
mental health. Like, look at Justin Bieber. Like, he's like, I saw a video like last week where he's like eating, and there's it's probably from a few years ago, but like there's like a rope around him and people just staring at him and mixed in with the paparazzi. Like, dude, that's not a lifestyle.
You're an animal almost. You're on display at all times.
And you remember this. Yeah. When I first started, and I think we can all relate to this. That concept of everybody looking at you.
Oh, well.
So when I first started, you know, you walk into a place, whatever, everyone's kind of looking at you.
You talk about in uniform.
In uniform.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You just started being a cop, right? Well, for the people listening, when you first start being a cop, you're in uniform. So it's not, you don't wear a uniform. So it takes time to get used to it.
Did you and Tyler used to wear extra medium uniforms?
No, I just fill out my uniform.
No tailoring necessary.
No tailoring necessary. I just fill out my uniforms, right?
Some people who tailored their sleeves.
Oh yeah, listen. Every cop, police department in America has.
Everybody's got it.
Like, hold
on, let's save that because I want to talk about that.
Everybody's got those.
Okay, well,
table that.
So it took a while for me to like walk into places and people kind of looking at you, and I'd be like, "What the f are you looking at?"
Oh yeah,
like right.
Do I have fucking six lobster heads coming out of me? I'm like, oh wait, I'm in uniform.
Yeah. And it took me out to be like, you do realize you're in uniform, right? Yeah. And I think it was Sharo, who was a valuable lesson. He's like, pay attention to that. He's like, because it's like a shark in a reef.
Yep.
Right? He's like, not every fish is afraid of the shark.
Yeah.
Only the things that are afraid of the shark, that are prey to the shark, react in a certain way. And he's like, and if you watch people as they react to you when you come in, he's like, you'll be able to pick up on shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that's a valuable nugget.
Yeah. How about when in uniform, when you would go into a place to get coffee or something? And
I already know you're about to say.
I know it.
And
I'm already annoyed.
You know, and you've been it's summer, or it's like it's summer, it's hot down in Florida or hot in Jersey. And we know that like there's a law in the universe where Crown Vics or Ford Explorers, any cop car that the air conditioning after like 8 hours, it's just not, it doesn't work. You got the vest on and everything. And you know, you're tired. You may have had like a shit ton of calls, or you just don't like, I don't want to be here today or something. And you go in and people come up to you and start talking to you like, I want it to be at times to be like, are we fucking friends here? Or my coffee? I just want to like, you know, I just want to unwind. Like, I don't want to be bothered, like, because I just had to like, you know, and I wasn't in a high crime area, I always said, but like, I just had to deal with like 3 upper middle class people that complaining because their fucking leaves were on somebody else's
has different PTSD.
I wish I just got shot at for fucking again. Like, I didn't have stress like this in the Marine Corps getting shot at. Yeah. Like, I'm like, oh my God, you guys are fucking complaining.
That one or the I didn't do it.
That's the one. That's my button.
Or when they look at their kids, they'll be like, you better stop misbehaving. They go,
take your job. And I'm like, I'll be like, no, I'm not.
I would say that. No,
I would say, I go, no. Don't paint me as the bad guy here.
Yeah.
Like, I would tell people, some people would be like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
You're saying this to me? Yeah.
Probably should have gotten complained on from the, I didn't do it. And I would say, I don't care.
I would I do one better. I just say, not this time. And they're like, oh, I'm like, yeah. Or like, it was him. I was like, you actually fit the description more than he does. I was like, leave me alone.
Me and BJ would be having food, eating 40, and it's 2 a.m. or whatever. And somebody would be like, hey guys, we're trying to eat.
They would say, I don't mean to bother you.
But you're doing it.
But you are.
You're doing it though.
And I think maybe 1 time, maybe 2 times, it was just like, hey, appreciate what you do. I just wanted to say hello. Thank you so much. And they would leave. Most of the time it was like, hey, can I ask you a question? Bro, I'm trying to eat, man. Yeah. And they would want to complain about something that happened. I'm like, bro, I don't care.
Yeah, I had that with when I left active duty and I worked for the State Department, and one of the guys I worked with was a San Diego cop for 6 years. And I learned a lot from being a cop from him from when I left federal and went to be a local cop. But I remember him telling me the story. You know, he grew up in San Diego. He's a former jarhead too, all around good guy. And he goes, when you're in uniform and you eat, stay in your car or go in an alley or something like that. He goes, I remember one time, I don't remember what it was. He got a burrito from this really good place, and he's like, I'm all excited. I call out on my 9. Up in Jersey, we called it a 9 time for eating. And I'm getting ready to take my bite into the burrito, and someone comes up. He's like, excuse me, officer. And he was just like, fuck, and just threw it down. It ended up being like a 3-hour call.
Yeah.
He's like, Jesus Christ.
I will say, I don't, and let me preface it by saying, too, people are going to be like, oh, you guys we have 45 minutes to eat.
It's an hour. It's an hour now.
Oh, is it an hour? Y'all are
it's an
hour is still not long enough for you to pull up, park your car,
We had 30 minutes.
Like, that's not enough time. So it's not that we don't care. If you have a serious issue, that's one thing. But more often than not, it was like you said. So the other day, I don't care about the other day. Like, I'm trying to eat.
I got a ticket. Okay, fucking pay it. I didn't give it to you.
I don't care. And the whole like, oh, I didn't do it. Like, it goes back to what we were saying, like Michael Jackson. I'm walking into something to get coffee, to grab. I don't want to be the spectacle of whatever joke that you think you're telling, because the first time it was told, it wasn't funny, and it's not funny the 5th time I've heard it.
So now I've come to, this is my rule. I don't go into places anymore to get things or to eat unless I have to. It's drive-through only. Drive-through only. Right? So it'll be like Chipotle has a drive-through now.
Nice.
Nice. So I'm like,
nice.
Sweet. Because even then, it's like Chick-fil-A, definitely, because they're always nice to you.
I've never had Chick-fil-A. Just
what?
Yeah, I know.
Are you lying? You're lying.
I'm absolutely not lying.
That was the communist.
Need to leave now.
Well, you have to. Well, okay. So I like.
They're going to be a big sponsor of this.
So we didn't have it in Jersey growing up, but like, from being in the military.
Neither did we. But you learn when you get older.
I don't know. I just never had it. Dude, I didn't have my first burrito until 2016 in San Diego.
Well, that's probably a good place to have it, though.
Yeah,
it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you realize Chick-fil-A is God's food. Like now,
Chick-fil-A. We call it Chick-fil-A.
I mean, whatever you want
to call it. But I can't. I don't know if I can talk to him anymore.
I mean, we're not sponsored by Chick-fil-A.
And you know what? Like, listen, I always hate the stories you hear about, like, because me being a cynic, like most places don't like, oh, we support law enforcement. No, you don't. You can get 2 shifts. Chick-fil-A is a legit place. 100%. Like, because I know there's one in where I was a cop in Jersey, and they had an issue with like one of the workers. They was being a pain in the ass, and Chick-fil-A actually fired her because like one of the cops was like, you know what? Fuck this, dude. I'm not taking this abuse.
Yeah.
Spoke to like the district manager and like, they're like, no, we support law enforcement here.
Yeah.
Like even if you don't, like it was basically like, you don't suck it up for the 8 hours you're there or whatever. And then, go home and post on your thing saying, I hate cops and stuff like that. But don't like, she was rude to like a bunch of the guys.
I'm going to talk about the tailoring the uniform, but then I also want to talk about cops that abuse.
Coming off on all.
Yeah. But let's talk about tailoring. That irritates me too. I don't want to say names, but there's a sergeant. We all know who the sergeant is, but it doesn't matter the name, right? Fill out your uniform, but he would tailor it so tight, and he thought he looked amazing. And I think there was even something, somebody caught him and was like, it was on the 3 yards of fabric because he had his belt all the way up. I mean, just Adam, the most insane. He wanted all his body parts to be tight.
Yeah. So the only tailoring I did in my uniform was for my pants.
Yeah.
And then for the shirt around the waist so I could tuck it in good. I'm getting out of the way. Sorry.
Yeah.
So like it didn't look like a bag of shit. So I tailored. Look, dude, you guys can't see out there in the world, but like I don't have pythons like BJ and Taylor.
I think they
Tyler.
Taylor. Taylor. We're talking about
They
Taylor.
can't see us, but
yes. But like I always looked professional in my uniform. I didn't I never understood the thing like being super tight.
Yeah.
Like because like dude,
I can't move.
Gotta be able to move.
Yeah.
And like, but some of these guys, they want to like, they're usually the younger guys too, but they like when a guy's been doing it in their 30s and 40s, they're still trying to like make believe they're 25.
Yes.
And like we had guys that like, dude, like, did you become a fucking cop like to be a cop? Like, I understand you want to get laid with it, but like,
fair enough.
I knew dudes, and like, dude, I've told like, and Tyler can vouch for this. I've said this in million times. I never said I was the best cop. I think I was a decent cop. I think when I needed, I was there. I trained off duty. I was never the best shot or anything, but I worked my best. But like, I knew guys that were like, I'm like, bro, your uniform looks good and shit like that. But like, seeing you at the range and you fucking suck. If you want to be cool and look like you want to look like an operator, quote unquote, like you know, you besides talking the talk, you got to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I can
when they have the
my
loose
sleeve.
drop down. They have the loose drop down.
That's a pet peeve. No, I was just saying, like when you said the loose, like I pictured it, and being a firearms instructor with your gun just flapping around. I just want to what are you thinking?
Yeah, what are you even doing?
Yeah.
Or how about when guys would like our department, you had to put it up through the chain of command to change your holster, and I knew guys weren't doing it. I'm like, did you train with that? They're like, no. I'm like,
killing us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like we in Jersey, you know, there was like, and you guys had like times and like, I'm like, I'm going to enforce the times for this qualification. Oh no. Like, then you shouldn't be carrying your gear like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And you need to be like, guys are the worst. You need to go shoot off duty.
Yeah.
Like, I was a firearms guy. And when I worked in the bureau, I had a lot of leeway with times. Like, I know that I could have went up to the lieutenant and said like, hey, Tyler and BJ, I'm going to grab some extra ammo. And I'm going to take down to one of the ranges that we use. Yeah, absolutely. No, I always had that thing out there. I remember, and I was doing firearms instruction and was talking about a shooting in San Jose, an active shooter. This is in 21.
Yeah.
And my buddy, Scott Yamamoto, fellow jarhead with me, we deployed to Central America. Awesome guy. He's a cop out there, and he was one of the first guys to respond. And he's not a SWAT guy. And I brought that up, and I said, like, hey, listen, SWAT wasn't there. And, you know, patrol was first there, and I go, listen, I've seen a lot of you shoot and you suck. Somebody made a complaint. Somebody made a complaint, and I'm like, it's like, no one cares if you suck at something.
Yeah.
Put some effort into it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like I had a company commander in the Marine Corps. Dude was a PT machine. So he would smoke 300 PFTs. That's perfect. It was 20 pull-ups, sub 18-minute 3-mile run, and 100 crunches. I watched him do 37 dead hang pull-ups one time, like perfect dead hang pull-ups. At 35, he actually started struggling, and he was a massive runner. And I remember, I think I told this story before, and he promoted this kid to corporal. And I said, hey, you know, sir, you promoted so-and-so to corporal, you know, like, you know, he's not like a PT specimen and stuff. He goes, you know, Mac, I came in on a Saturday at one time, and I saw him running up in the ridge by the East Gym in 29 Palms and doing pull-ups and stuff. And I would see him after, like, I'd be leaving work and I would see him going to the gym or running. He goes, that's all that mattered. He was putting the time in.
Yeah.
That's it, dude. And
well, so shout out my son, all on the same day, graduated from Intel School, Marine Corps, made Lance Corporal, and knocked out 20 pull-ups. I think he was more excited that he was able to do 20 pull-ups.
Yeah.
I would have been more excited.
He realized, because he's only, 19, right?
Yes.
He's going to go up in a year or two to 23 pull-ups. He's going to have.
I would have been excited for 19 pull-ups.
If I
ever do 19 pull-ups, 20 pull-ups, I'm walking out of the gym. I'm done. Like, you know how in the NFL, they're like, whoa, that's it.
So I got a good story with that. I had to do, I think it was a captain at the time, but, you know, because I had broken time. So I think I was 40. I was 40 at the time, 39 or 40. I go to a local reserve unit. Like, I'm like, hey, can you guys run a PFT for me? They're like, yeah, sure thing, sir. Come on in. So it's pull-ups, crunches, and the 3-mile run. Never was a good runner. Never got anywhere near 18. But I do the pull-ups, and I knocked out 15, and I'm like, I'm stewing a little bit. And so I do the crunches, do the run, got like 23 something. And like, listen, I was happy with that. Like I finished the run, and like, I was like, and I'm like, hey, Staff Sergeant, can I do the pull-ups again? He's like, yeah, you know, it's just me and him. He's like, absolutely, sir. Get up, get right on the bar, knocked out 20. No hesitation. He goes, that's your score, sir. I'm keeping that. He goes, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So then I realized that I would do a set of pull-ups before, and then like try and do the run and then get it. And that's why I was able to get my 20 pull-ups and stuff like that.
Done. Walking out of the gym.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to this is just a little it'll save people everywhere. It's called, going back to tailoring. It's called a gusset. I'm not going to put emphasis on my areas, but a gusset, this is the only tailoring I've done to every uniform and suit. It's basically like a diamond shaped piece of material that goes in the crotch of the pants, so you can stretch and run and it doesn't bust out the seam.
Yes.
It's called a gusset.
Yeah.
Is this a problem?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Well, you know how some female stuff, like Tyler can tell this, like females' heart, like in the Secret Service and diplomatic security services.
Well, suits mostly, but yeah.
Yeah. For suits, it's hard for girls to get like good suits that they can carry.
That is true.
Guns in. But I know what Tyler's saying from having done protection like most suits out there, they're not like designed for protection.
No, that's not what they're designed for.
I don't feel like that's something women run into.
They're not designed for comfort.
Well, it depends on what you're wearing, but
you don't have a appendage in the crotch area.
Yeah, that's why I didn't know it was an issue.
Well, listen, every Secret Service guy on the detail anyway, it was funny. We always had our backpacks that we always had with us. Side story, and then I'll get to it. We were in Orlando, and all the SWAT guys in Orlando were like, hey, they came over to me like, hey, man, you guys have these tactical bags. Like, what are you guys keeping there? And I was like, oh, you guys want to see? And so I had the whole SWAT team come in, and I was like, boom, I got some snacks, some M&Ms, some water. But we also all had black duct tape because you were going to bust your suit pants open, getting in and out of armored vehicles and all this stuff like that. And so you would tape the inside and throw that pair of pants away and have to buy new ones. But
what did you use a specific brand of suit?
So there's all varieties. Again, they're not sponsored. I used to just buy the cheapest ones I could find and then tailor it. No, dude, these are working suits. Yeah. Now, my suit of choice, it's called SCENE, SCNE, SCENE suits. They look good. They're custom fit to your body. They're machine washable and they're stretchy material.
Do you wear the machine washable suit?
I have a couple of those.
Yes.
Did you have them for with the Secret Service?
Yes, I did.
See,
they were the shit.
I had some Calvin Kleins that I got from I think at the PX when I first left, and then but those were actually well made. But the one at the time I couldn't afford it, like Brooks Brothers.
Yeah,
a lot of guys in DSS had Brooks Brothers. No, for at the not as good now, but like the quality you were paying for it, but the quality for like the suit looked good and for doing protection work, top notch.
I will say for like you talking about the stretchy suit, I feel like that's something that's been women have had access to that.
Not for men.
Like that's why when you said busting at the seams, it's like, wait, this.
Matter of fact, before I found SCENE, the best suits I ever had made were when I was in Vietnam and we had custom suits made. And let me tell you, they made them bitches in 2 days. Measurement, tailor, and it was like how 100.
They not.
I don't know American conversion. It was like they call it. The money's called dong over there, so it was like 2 million dong.
Wait, called what?
Dong. Oh yeah, I put $100 in, and I had like.
Oh, get your mouth out of the gun.
Wait, what?
So we were like, yo, we're dong rich up in here. Yeah, we're stars. I will say I also like their money. Their money looks better than ours. It's really it's anyway. I thought so.
It's very pretty.
Yes.
I got a pretty good suit story. So I retired from the PD and I took orders with the Marine Corps. I'm down in Virginia on orders down there. You know, still Jamie's still up in Jersey, and our neighbors invite us to their daughters getting married. 21 years outside story, but it's over Christmas time, so I come up and I forgot to bring my suits that I brought down with me to DC, and I'm like, and I had a couple in the room up there, but they were 3-button. They're like out of style. I'm like, I go to Jamie. I go, you know what? I'm going to go fucking treat myself. I'm going to get a nice fucking suit, like an Armani or something.
Double pinky.
We're not done.
Okay. Sorry. All right.
So I go to Nordstrom's. Do you guys have Nordstrom's down there?
We do.
Okay, good. Some people don't have it around by them. We don't call them Americans. No. So I go to Nordstrom's and the sales guy's really good. I'm like, I want a nice conservative like Armani suit, who he just passed away the other day, Giorgio Armani, 91.
He did.
And I really want like an Italian made because I know they're really good. Because one of the guys that did protection with was loaded, and he had some Hugo Boss suits and they sucked. So I'm like, and he goes, do you like this one? I go, yeah. I go, oh, this one's really nice. This Armani. He goes, no, this is a Canali. This is a step above Armani. I ended up walking out of Nordstrom with 2 Canali suits.
There you go.
Now we can do double pinkies.
Yes. Yeah. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. These suits are like a second skin. They are so comfortable. And like, I will never spend like cheap money on suits again.
How much did you spend on this second skin you're talking about?
It's got to be $1,000 or more. $2,000?
The suits were $2,000 each.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But wait. I got them cut. I got like, I'm not flashy. I'm not hip. I'm not in style. I got them so they like 20 years from now, unless like, you know, we go to a totally different, the suit's still going to look good.
Yeah.
So
it's got to for that price.
And I made sure that there was extra area in the waist in case I gained some weight.
There you go. Let me explain double pinky.
Double pinkies.
So in the Secret Service, the reason we all buy cheap suits, one, because you're going to get busted, and 2, you're wearing them for 18 hours a day. Yeah. I won't say the name, but you guys, you have met him. This is just it's not just on him, but it's the story that sticks with me. It was an 18-hour day. He was in a suit. all day long for a site. We all get back to the hotel. We're like, hey, we're going to meet at the bar and, whatever. And we're like, hey, man, come on, we're going to meet at the bar. He's like, I need to go to my room right now. And we're like, oh, okay, bro. All right, whatever. So he goes, he comes back and he's like, oh, we're like, you good, man? He goes, dude, I took a shit 5 hours ago. I don't think I wiped well.
God, I've been through this in life, but go on.
Oh, so that's why I get I'm not doing that in a $2,000 suit, man. You do that in $100-$200 suit.
Did he have wait? Did he have boxers on?
Allegedly.
You just burned the boxers.
I hope so. I think you got to burn all that, but
like
that's it. But that's a normal stuff.
Were you doing it in advance or a detail?
Yes, it was an advance.
So then why didn't he just run and go wipe his ass again?
I don't know. Just busy. You'll meet him and you'll understand why. His stories are great. I get in trouble because I like telling his stories, but I'm like, they're so crazy.
Is he still with the Secret Service?
Yes, he is.
This is what goes on 56'N.
Yes, it is. So anyway, back to cops who abuse privileges. But hold on, let me just, I want to tell mine because it irritates the piss out of me to this day. There are restaurants and chains that individually specific. Sometimes they'll give discounts for cops or whatever if you're serving because they want to give back. It's the way they give back. It's very nice. You don't abuse it. Once a week, twice a week, whatever.
Tip.
Always tip. Whatever you got to do.
Tip on the original bill.
Yes. Correct. All these things.
Oh, I got a story about that.
These motherfuckers, and it's more than one. Again, we don't need to say names. They would go every fucking day. And they would put their uniform on. No, absolutely not. No. And they would put their uniform on their day off.
Fuck that.
And take their families.
Yeah.
And they would treat the staff poorly and not tip on the original bill.
They would tip on what it was.
They would tip on the discount.
Ruining it for everyone.
Here's my pet peeve with that. All that is trash.
I hate it.
All that is terrible. My biggest one is when you go to a place where you normally get it, like a Chick-fil-A or like
like 50% off.
No, 50% off. Whatever.
Sometimes.
But sometimes it's somebody new. They don't remember. It's a new kid, whatever. And they don't. And then the person gets an attitude or they ask for it. Hey, I normally get, and I'm like,
do that.
And I'm like,
dude,
you always, my thing is this, always be prepared to pay full price.
Always.
Dude, that happened to me in the department. There was two guys named Adam, and Starbucks and where I worked used to give people like on the knee, or what was it, on the shoulder? Like
on the arm.
On the arm. I forgot the term. I'm getting old. It's like
free.
Yeah, you get it free.
Never heard that before. Yeah. Go on.
But it wasn't like if you got a latte or like
some
coffee.
I guess the sergeant comes back to me. He's like, hey, did you make a scene at Starbucks? I'm like, no. He's like, because they're saying it's some guy, Adam. I go, well, there's not me. He goes, all right, I got it. It was another guy that fucking was like, oh, I thought we get a discount and stuff like that. And like, didn't make oh, fuck, but made a scene. And but thank God, like the guy who's he retired as a captain, good dude. He's like, no, it wasn't Macaluso. It was the other one.
Well, we had a guy, and again, we don't need to say his name, but 7-Eleven was a spot, especially at night shift. You can go get a fountain drink or a coffee. They wanted you around because they wanted your presence. Again, we're talking about $1, whatever, $1.49, whatever the hell it was. Dude goes up with a fountain drink, and they're like, oh, that's $1.49. He's like, oh, you charging me? He dumps it out and puts the cup back. Well, come on, bro. Go ahead.
I do have a little bit of backstory.
I know you know the story.
I know the story. I have a little bit of context on the story.
Go ahead.
I think
it's still a thing.
Is this BJ that didn't?
No. But I think the only reason, from what I understand, the only reason he did that is because he didn't actually have his wallet.
Still, always be prepared to pay full price.
But he didn't have his wallet, so he chose that place because they didn't.
I don't like it, bro.
Wait. Did you guys carry your wallet with you on duty?
No.
Yeah, I only
wallet?
I only carried cash. I carried cash and like my ATM card if I need it. That's it.
Yes. Did you guys have your wallets in your car?
No, I left it in the locker. Back at headquarters.
Well, we didn't have.
We don't have.
We'd take home cars.
Oh, excuse me.
That's two pinkies up.
For sure. I don't even understand how you guys up here operate like that.
Locker.
That's insane.
Well, we're not up here. We're out west.
Oh, you're right. But we're in New Jersey. That's insane. New York. Y'all share cars? Absolutely.
Yeah,
gross.
People are disgusting.
Yeah, no. Listen, I wanted to like it's the same like in the Marine Corps. People bitch and moan. Oh, this fucking shit sucks because you treat the car like shit, asshole.
Right. Yeah.
Keep it clean. I had to go in and like get like after a guy with like we had like when we had our tactical team and like we had a Suburban and I would go into the other guy. There would be a fucking banana under the seat.
See what I mean? Like,
and this is the guy that didn't tip. This is the guy that he would get stuff, and the one time is like, "Hey, you got a tip." He goes 2 thumbs up to the window, like,
what a jerk.
Yeah, And like, dude, it's like embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
don't be that guy.
It's like $3-4, you know, and you still tip on that though.
Yeah.
You still tip on that.
And he leaves a banana. That's why we having an issued car. Like, I don't even understand that.
Oh,
not having one.
When I was a Fed, my car, I would take it to the car.
Right. Like, you wash it, you vacuum it out, you keep it nice, and it's lovely. But I'm very confused because as a female in law enforcement, my purse was in the car because I might need something out of.
You didn't bring your patrol bag?
What?
Yeah, it was my purse. That's what my patrol bag was.
Everything I need is in the car.
Yeah. It's my patrol bag. It has I need lip gloss. That's not in the car.
All right.
Right. Rude.
Well, I had chapstick, so.
Okay. As a girl, I put chapstick on as the underlayer.
Oh my God.
And then I'll put my actual lip gloss. It'll melt if I just leave it in the car.
Did you guys always keep Vicks in your patrol bag for bodies?
No. That does not work for me.
That does not.
It opened it up.
It
opened it up.
It's worse.
I tried that a few times. I did try that.
I did that, or you just breathe through your mouth. Like, I'm not saying you guys.
You're tasting it. You can taste it.
Yeah. No.
I just go in and just get it over with.
Well, I'd rather smell bodies than vomit.
No. Well, hold on. But he's from Jersey. A Florida body that's been in the sun.
No.
In a house.
In a trailer.
Woo.
Whoa. I could tell stories about in Iraq.
Okay.
Bodies, multiple bodies in trash dump.
You win, Adam.
Yeah.
You win.
While we're on the patrol bag, let's pose a question.
My purse, you mean?
Give me your top three things that you've gotten gift-wise as a cop.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean?
By people or?
I'll give you my three. Back scratcher.
Yes.
Ooh.
Like a little wooden one. Back scratcher. Paintbrush.
Why?
Cleans the crevices of your car when you're cleaning.
Okay.
All right, so you just get all nice and clean.
They don't have take-home cars, so
you wouldn't know about that.
Yeah.
So, and then my third one is big bottles of Lysol spray.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That'd be my top three.
I would say the back scratcher is, first of all, an absolute must because it's not just for scratching your back. For those of you who wear a vest, being female wearing a vest, I cannot reach my feet. So when my foot is itching inside of my boot, I either have to turn my lights on, pull over and get my shoe off and then do like this with my foot or use my back scratcher.
Well, hopefully you had two separate ones.
We switched to
First of all, why do I need two separate ones?
You putting your Fetty sweat juice on your back?
My feet are not sweaty and gross. What is going on in the
feet
car?
Not sweat, bro? Do women's feet not sweat?
They do when I'm working out.
They're like the same when they say their farts don't. Their farts.
No. I don't. That's not true. My feet sweat when I'm working out. If I'm sitting in my patrol car, they're fine.
My feet are sweating right now, and I got sneakers and shorts.
There's something wrong with y'all. Y'all need to get checked out.
Mo, it's called being human.
No, my feet don't sweat like that. So no, I had one back scratcher.
Okay.
I thought it was dumb for the longest time, but the cool cop setup where you put it on your vent, run it into your vest in Florida, when it's 100 degrees. Now, I should be more concerned about the sweat from here to my feet because that part of me, I used to I'd like pull it back and you could feel the heat just radiating after standing out directing traffic
for
4 hours.
I got a story.
It was crazy. And I would say the other thing, one of the best things I ever got was one of those seat organizers. Somebody made a custom one for me. That fit my seat, it was made out of wood.
So jealous.
It had handles, so when we had to trade cars out, just show me tonight. I'm ready. Loved that because otherwise it took us 5 years to move everything from one car to the other.
Did you guys call in from service from home or did you go do a roll call?
It depends.
I can date myself. When I started at the sheriff's office, we always had roll call. So we went to the district.
Did you have wheel guns too?
First of all,
did you
you're older than me. You did too, sir.
I know.
But no, I came after the wheel guns. I did come when we were still handwriting reports, though. We did not have computer.
We did the accident reports. And I missed, those were quicker to handwrite than do it on the computer.
Oh, no. We wrote everything by hand. And when I first started, you would have a sergeant, you pull up to him, hand them your report. They'd look at it and go, this sucks. Or start writing on your report with a red pen. That means you had to do it over
again. That's brutal.
Let's segue into that really quick. Because we talk about leadership and law enforcement, stuff like that. And I think we're all guilty of it some way, but that's such a dickhead move. Like Tyler and I have talked about this, I think when I first did it with him and outside. Dude, correct the person and show say like, all right, hey, Mo, look, I did you got to change it. There's this and that. Like, don't rip it and shit like that. Just like say, or like if it's like, hey, listen, BJ, I sent the report back to you. I printed out a copy. like, and this is where like a good leader is like, you know, but this is also where you're also a good worker. Like you understand, like, because, you know, each sergeant or whatever lieutenant, how they want it, their report. You just,
yeah,
maybe because I'm older and I get to the point, like, I'm like, just don't fight the man.
No, just write it how they want to see it.
Right, like, oh, I don't understand why. Like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Some people, though, you couldn't satisfy them.
Oh, no, I know.
And that was the problem.
Like,
but what happens is the deputies would just be like, let me run what supervisors? Nope, not taking it to that one.
Nope.
Oh, send a message to that. Because you could send it out for us. We could send out a message to all supervisors. Needed somebody to sign a report. If you knew there were certain ones logged on, you just send it directly to one supervisor. Can I meet with you to read my report? Because they would be reasonable.
And it's just like some guys would just did it to be total dicks.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, and that's like going into another thing with like law enforcement. It's like, and Tyler and I have talked about this. It's like when someone messes up and like guys start making fun of them, like, well, maybe they never did this call, or maybe why don't you help them?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just using, like, BJ, you've been on 8 years already. Tyler's been on a year. You've had 14 of these type of calls. Help him. Like, instead of being a dick about it, like, I'm not saying you, but you know what I mean? Like, and then like when I was a detective, I'm like, guys, I'm like, hey, you need to do a subpoena. They're like, I don't know how to do it. I'm like, all right, you know what? Let me show you. Or like, I would help guys out. Like, they'd be like, I'm going to nights. I'm like, all right, listen, I'll do your subpoenas. I'll get the requests and I'll forward them when I get it to you. It's going to take a few months. Like, but some guys are just like, they loved seeing dudes fail. And that's, and I don't get it where it is in law enforcement and like, why? Like,
yeah.
Why?
Well, the other thing, a lot of this policy stuff, report writing stuff, I've realized, especially in the Fed side, it's all bullshit. It doesn't mean anything. You could work an entire case using a Word file, like a Word doc.
Absolutely could.
They don't care. They don't need your 304s or, you know, whatever forms you use. Yeah. They don't need it. It doesn't do anything. They'll look at it. All right, cool. I mean, it could be a Word doc that you turn into a PDF. It doesn't matter.
But it's also goes
they
back,
harass the shit out of you.
It goes back to this where like, give me either a policy, some go-bys, or send me to training how you want the report written.
Exactly.
And I will do it that way.
Yeah.
But don't tell me I give it to Tyler, who's my boss. I give it to BJ, who's my boss. I give it to Mo. Each one's differently. Like, you know, like, don't like, and then, dude, tell me how, like, we had a captain that retired that he was good. He was big with the accreditation and everything like that. And he starts a report on 24 August, 2016 at 17:51 hours. I was detailed to 1513 Main Street for a report of an intoxicated person. Start the report like that somehow. That's what he wanted. But guys wouldn't do that. And then we had like arrest. Like I arrested Martin Capital. During the whole time, I kept face-to-face eye contact with him during the whole, that they wanted that stuff in the report. Yeah. Guys would like, I'm like, dude, just do it. Mm-hmm. It's like, you know, when you do a DUI report, it's like there's certain things, like you hit the SFSTs, you go in, like you put the little things, when I walked up the car, I put my hand on the hood. The hood was warm at the time. It's like stuff like that. Then I did like, I didn't do a lot of DUIs because, like, dude,
still hate them.
Didn't like doing them, but like I had a couple good from the field training officer I had that showed me, and he was good at, like, a good report writer, and that's just how I did it.
Yeah. What were your 3 things you never told us?
So the cool cop was one, and I'll say this because I used to shit on people that used it. I was like, that's dumb until I needed one. That was number 1. Number 2 was I had a really cool pen that was a light, a pen, and also
I had one of those.
Use it if you need to.
They were great.
Especially when you're writing at night and you're trying
the blue light pen?
Yeah.
That one was
and you could write while you're doing it. That was.
And you could toggle between, wasn't the one you could toggle between red
and blue?
Yeah. So it didn't mess up your night vision.
Yeah. I enjoyed that. We've already said back scratcher. It is clutch and key.
Clutch.
Mine is more specific to me. I don't think it was a gift or anything, but I used to, for me and my skin with the Kevlar vest, I used to rash out. So I always kept silver nitrate powder.
You're an idiot.
Dude, I wore
because we wore cotton underneath this.
That was the first time. That was when it was really bad.
Why?
I didn't know. And then I got Under Armour, like the nice ones, and it made it better. But I'd have to throw some powder back there.
You got to wear, like, because we had.
Oh, dude, I was like bleeding. It was bad. It was really bad.
You let it go that far?
You didn't know.
That's what was happening.
That's why. How often did you guys like how often did you change your uniform? Like, you know, like I usually would wear, like,
I feel like this is about to go down a gross path. Go ahead.
What?
No, I like, I know what you're saying. I would usually wear mine 1 or 2 days, maybe 3 sometimes in the winter. But
3's the longest.
Yeah.
3 is the max.
Like a long work week where you work the 2 and a 3? Not every day, no.
You guys didn't put on a new shirt.
Unless I got something on
Dude,
it.
how many shirts did you get issued? Did you have like 16?
I think you started out with 5.
I mean...
Wow, really?
I think you started out with 5.
We only work 5 days. Like in our long week, you work 5 days and we never work more than 3 in a row. You absolutely should wear a different shirt every day.
Well, it's true because you have off duty, you have other things.
Yeah.
So I try to save stuff for different things and then have a nice one for court.
Okay. For the record, I wore a different shirt every day. I sent my shirts. They went to the dry cleaners. They got dry cleaned and
Yeah,
pressed.
I did that too. Yeah.
No.
After one wear.
After one wear?
Yes.
That's aggressive, but I hear you.
Yeah.
It's not aggressive. We wore white shirts. For those of you who didn't know, we wore white shirts.
Yeah, man, you guys had like the polyester which we had too.
No, the shirts, you could buy polyester shirts. The issued ones were not polyester, but they were white. Putting your seatbelt on, they got dirty.
Why are you wearing a seatbelt? See, that's your problem.
You're a liar.
I washed my uniforms. I put them in the machine.
I would wash my pants.
No, I would do my shirts and everything, and I only take them to get pressed.
Yeah, you dry
cleaning doesn't clean, man. Dry clean doesn't clean.
I mean, it worked for me.
Did you clean your vest carrier?
My vest carrier, I washed at home.
How often?
I would wash that no, those things
smell
crazy.
That's where you get the smell from.
They were terrible.
That's probably for me at least once a week.
I would wash them after eating.
You don't spray them after you get home?
Witch hazel,
you
bro.
lay them out and let them air
I
out and then spray them.
I have a rack for it. And so I put it on the rack and you spray it with Lysol.
But you wash it like after our, like we did, if we did our long week, after our 3 days, it got washed. After our 2 days, it got washed.
Yeah.
So it got washed 2 days.
I work, like, I'm like, bro, fucking clean your uniform.
But we all work for people like that.
Yeah. Like
these were not 2 that I thought I ever had to say that to, but now I'm
2-3 days is not a long time.
In the winter?
Bro, winter
even in the
Florida?
summertime.
Mo would not do good in the Marine Corps because you wear your camis, like especially you're in garrison, you wear them for like maybe the week.
I fully respect people who went into the military. There was a reason that I did not.
Yeah, fair enough.
The lack of being able to shower, but what would have fully broken me down and gotten me probably put into the brig was the lack of bathroom facilities. Poop is a struggle.
Bro, we're really going downhill.
That. So people, yes, like that's why I checked out of both of those conversations.
I like home court advantage when I poop.
Yeah.
No, it's not a like, it's a must. Being
in the Marine Corps and being a grunt and spending majority of my time in the field, you learn to accept to go, like I can poop wherever I need to. I will wait. I will hold it if I'm driving home and be like, oh, I want home court because I got a bidet and a heated seat at home.
Yes, you do. Respect it.
Pinkies.
Hey, but much needed. I respect it. I tell you, he's a Renaissance man.
Dude, I listen, I am all about comfort. I listen, I went 72 days without a shower.
Yeah.
Okay. 72 days.
That's fine.
No, that's disgusting. PJ, that's disgusting. He was in combat.
So I told this story to Tyler. We crossed the border in Iraq. We had our mop
suits. And they
suits
smelled
on.
you.
No. I didn't smell it because the mop suits we had on, those were the chemical suits. We wore those for either 21 or 22 days. But like, dude, it was an operation to go to the bathroom though. Let me tell you that. That was an operation.
Whoa.
So I remember we get word, get out of your mop suits, put your camis on. I'm in an Amtrak. It's the Marine Corps phased them out now, but we had them since the 50s basically, but it runs on diesel. So you smell diesel. I remember I'm sitting right outside of Baghdad. At this point, it's maybe been 30 some odd days I haven't showered or something. Been in combat, been in combat. Probably I'm in the same pair of silkies and t-shirt that for well over a month. I haven't changed. Why bother? I remember I'm sitting there in the track. We're getting ready to move out. And, the fucking trucks, the Amtrak's running, engine's loud and diesel and everything like that. And I'm like, bro, what is that smell? And I put my head down and I smelt my crotch. I'm like, oh my God. So,
Mo, you didn't know we were going this way.
That's what you need.
Like I said, I fully respect people who went in the military. My husband was a military guy. I have no ability to be able to do that.
That's why y'all get sick so much. You don't shower too much.
I don't get sick so much, and my skin doesn't start bleeding. And
well, that was from the vest, not from not bathing.
Probably from wearing a uniform for 3 days in a row.
Well, maybe. I didn't wear the undershirt. I changed my undershirt every day.
Yeah.
That's outrageous.
I wasn't wearing silkies, as they call them.
Silkies on right now. I got black silkies.
Absolutely not.
This is all I wear. Dude,
I don't care.
I love
it. Many women have seen me in silkies.
I'm good with never doing that.
Mostly men.
Men and women have seen me in silkies and asked to climb Mount Adam.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
But really quick before, Mo, I get you. Like, I want a nice place to poop and everything. Like, but you just have to accept it.
No.
And like, that's the thing. You can't be like, oh, let me clean. I got to take a shower.
Yes.
And then like, especially in Iraq, and it was like I was in southern Iraq then after we moved, and it was just humidity. And I remember it's like, why am I even bother fucking showering? Because I'm going to start sweating and stuff.
I don't care. I'm still going to do it.
Right,
and I'm going to wash my uniform each day and wear a fresh uniform.
Oh,
my routine was I came home, took my shirt off, took all my pins off that shirt, put it on the new shirt. That shirt got tossed into the hamper
burn
to
bucket.
go
She put a new shirt on every time.
It got, and I will say, having done it for a long time, I acquired more than 5 shirts.
Oh yeah.
So I had other shirts to go to. I bought a couple of the easy like polyester shirts you could just zip on. Those were for court. They were always ready and nice and pressed because they kept that white color a lot better. But yeah, and my pants, they would get washed hot, nice, so that they came out because you didn't have to iron those. They would stay as long as you took them out and hung them. You were good.
You guys used to have white shirts down there because of the heat. Is that why?
No.
I fucking hate white shirts in law enforcement. And one of my biggest pet peeves.
Fair enough.
Pet peeves, especially in the Northeast, like Jersey, New York, where like when you have like you're a lieutenant or higher, usually have white shirts. I hate that. Like I like from the Marine Corps, everybody has this. The only time like you get a different uniform is generals get like dress pants. That's the difference. Everybody else like has the same uniform.
For us, I'll talk about it since we'll just say I'm gonna talk about it. Our agency, we all wore white shirts and dark pants. Many other agencies in the state of Florida who were also sheriff's offices converted to green and green.
Which is awesome.
And makes it life easier for us to be able to conduct our job. But they like the white shirts, and it has been a rule that has stayed in effect with no change, no matter how much other people and people who have to wear them and do the job want them changed. Would
you guys get in trouble like if you like let's say you tussled with somebody or arrested and your shirt was dirty and you're back on the road with a sergeant or like a lieutenant?
You're going to change. I don't know what you're asking.
But where would you go home?
Go home.
Yeah.
What if you don't live in the area?
Go home.
Hillsborough County, everyone lives in the county. You can't be at a cup.
60 miles.
They can pay to go out of town. Yeah. And that's been recent because when I got hired on, you could live, there were some people who lived several counties away.
Really?
But you wouldn't get in trouble if they sent you home to get changed.
No, I'm not only going to change. If I've gotten into a tussle with somebody, I'm taking a shower.
Yeah.
I'm going to knock you for that.
Shower.
There's a reason I would take a shower.
Yeah, that's a good reason.
Yeah.
Mo's like Lex Luthor from Superman, where he only wear the same pair of socks once and then he would donate them to a boy's home.
Yeah. Where do they go? Mo. I don't know. That was Superman 3. It wasn't Lex Luthor. It was Robert Vaughn's character.
Wasn't he Lex Luthor?
No, he was a bag. He wasn't Lex Luthor. He was a different guy.
Oh.
That was Superman 3 when he was explaining to Richard Pryor's character.
Yes.
Is this a movie?
This is a movie.
Superman 3.
Another movie. We learned Mo doesn't watch movies.
Sorry. I just thought about it. I got to change my third one. It's recently come to a plate in my car that sits on my steering wheel.
What?
For eating?
Oh my God, I love
plate?
That's fat boy right there.
It's practical.
Like a plate?
Yeah. It hooks on your steering wheel and it's a plate.
When you guys too low.
No, it doesn't.
When you guys
again
called out for your meal,
female invest, I could not eat.
And I do put a napkin in my.
Oh, I do.
All right, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That it's pinkyish, but like I agree. When you guys called out for your meal break, so you were like out of service. You want to get calls or anything? No radio? Oh no.
No, you don't get calls unless someone's about to die. You're gonna get a call.
You have to clear yourself though. But if you're like not have to, but you can clear yourself from your 40 to go to a call.
The only reason I had to clear that is if like it was another deputy like around the corner. If it's like, hey, there's a crash, there's a crash down the street.
Because they don't dispatch you.
Like usually. By us, because like, oh yeah, 151. I know you're on your 9. I was supposed to take at 12:30, but it's 2 o'clock because I've had a bunch. Can you? I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
No,
I'm eating.
My answer is no.
No.
Yeah.
54 Hillsborough. I'm out on 40.
No, about to log out. No. When I send you a message, hey, can you?
No.
Not by
I just don't answer.
Because God forbid the sergeants actually like.
Oh, they'll never take it. Yeah.
It's stacked.
Well, it's customary. You don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't.
No, you don't want them to either.
Yeah.
No.
You don't.
Like when the sheriff goes on patrol. Okay, bro.
Stop. Please stop doing that.
There's 10 cops of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's wrap this one up, but we would be remiss. Street Tales Volume 1, the book.
Yes.
Officially out.
Don't worry, there's no poop stories in it.
There are. Actually, now I'm trying to think. You make me think there are.
This is why we don't record all four of us together.
It always goes down to poop stories. You can buy it on Amazon or you can find it on our website, streettalesnetwork.com.
Buy one on each platform.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Tell your friends. Buy them for your friends.
You can buy ebook version. You can also buy the hard copy version.
Paperback.
Absolutely.
If you're listening to this podcast, we know where you live.
Christmas is coming.
More than one. Buy more than one. It helps support the channel. Let's talk
Tell them what it is, like what the book is about, because it's kind of innovative.
Oh, fair enough.
It's not something that you see just because you listen to podcasts, I would say.
So the book is, again, we're trying it out. There's nothing like it. And I've said before, there might be a reason for that, but it's a podcast book. It's not meant to be read as a novel. It's a series of stories about individuals' lives. And what I like about it is each section, at the beginning of the section, there's a QR code. You can actually scan it and listen to the podcast episode that was recorded, which is what the story is about, which I think is cool. And for those who are reading it, it is not just a transcript of the show that I then turn into a book.
No.
It down, filled out a little bit. There's some beginning and some ending, some wrap up, but I edited it down to focus on the stories I was trying to highlight.
And you added it from like your perspective of how the story interacted with you, I would say.
Exactly. And the first three sections are friends of mine, Monte Duncan, Dave Tarbox, Joe Caputo. They all struggled with various forms of addiction, criminality. They all had their rock bottom moment. They're all very different. And then they all were able to come up from that and be successful in whatever it is that they're doing. The back three sections are the Street Tales team, but also law enforcement professionals that all had very different paths into law enforcement. Mm-hmm. And it dives into those stories. And the overall purpose of the book for me is just to have that conversation. The reason I wrote it the way I wrote it is I wanted it to be your words, the words that they use, not how I interpreted the words. So that's why I wanted to keep the conversational form and the format. And the purpose being, like, I want to generate conversations. It really hit during, a few years ago, George Floyd, BLM, there was a lot of disparity, a lot of aggression, and a lot of agencies were circling the wagons, and there became this rift, which I'm not saying there wasn't a rift before that, but it definitely highlighted the rift, and people stopped having conversations with cops, and it was just immediately evil, or cops on the other time were like, you're immediately evil, you're a bad guy.
We all live here. Walking down the street, we hate you.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, BJ, you and I talked, we don't have to get into all that again, but like the people's reaction to you working on the street, because I was a Fed at the time, but the way is like, bro, you don't even know me. Like I live here. It made it seem like we're complete strangers and in an invasion force. You know what? Let me actually touch on that for a second. I've talked about it on a couple of episodes. The rhetoric being used today by politicians, and right now I try to keep the political stuff out of it, but when they're describing law enforcement officers as masked armed men kidnapping citizens off the street. You mean federal agents, National Guard, local law enforcement? These are men and women, husbands, fathers, sons, daughters that live in this community, live in this country, doing a job. They're not masked armed bandits and invasionary force. Like, these are human beings.
And I get sick where they're like,
it's awful.
Where you read the comments, just following orders, then leave. Like, okay, then you support them.
Yeah.
Like, a job. Like, it's not 1938 Germany where you're rounding people up.
Yes.
It's not like like
they're trying to make those comparisons. They're like, nobody's being rounded up and executed on the street. Like, it's not happening. They're doing a job. Yeah. So anyway, hopefully, I'm not saying this is the end all be all, but the podcast, the book, it's to show it's highlight those stories, highlight those communication. Absolutely. And these are all people that are friends of mine, which I love the story with me and Dave, because Dave met him. He was my barber. And, just if you've been in a barbershop, you talk. You get to know your barber. You should know your barber. And he was like, I was like, yeah, I work, for the Secret Service. It was like a record scratch in the barbershop. Everyone was like, ugh. And so that's how Dave and I started talking, and come to find out, like, he was addicted to heroin. He had been to prison for robbing banks. Like, he had a whole different life. I didn't know that Dave. I know this Dave, and Dave owns his own business. He's a barbershop. He's a family man. He's got his children. He's giving back to the community. So it's like, why wouldn't we be friends? That's crazy. Monte, another one. He came from a very different background than I did in Atlanta, and his story to me just is so. 9 years old, he got moved into Zone 1, a bankhead, and I might be misphrasing that. I'm not an Atlanta guy. But anyway, everyone sold dope. So if you wanted to be friends with anybody, you had to be friends with them and sell dope kind of a thing.
This is
it was like a safety thing.
This is going back. It's like the environment, like, oh, you can get out of it. No, some people can't, dude.
Yeah.
What's he going to do? I'll take the train to Buckhead and go live there.
Exactly. What are you going to do? And then Joe, Caputo, his story, like he just got in a party crowd. He was out here it's not LA, but it was out here in California. But he was like, got into drugs really early. And he outlines it in the story, but he was running like an organized retail theft crew where they're like, they had like a shopping list and his team would go in and steal a bunch of shit. And he was selling, but for him, it was
Crazy.
like making money and he was supporting his.
Dude, that's impressive because I couldn't even
he was doing that team.
I couldn't do that sober,
But then he hit rock bottom. He overdosed twice. The second time, his friends are looking over his body, like talking about how to get rid of it. And I'm like, holy fuck, dude. And that was his rock bottom. What do you call it? He went through withdrawals. He got clean, but he did it on his own. He just locked himself in his room for like a week and it was awful, brutal, sweating, puking, all the stuff that he goes through. And at the time he was like 400 pounds. He was a really big dude. And he has just converted his life, dedicated to fitness, leadership, sales, and now he's very successful. Multiple businesses. He's an executive for the company he works for. Very in shape dude, even though I think BJ hurt his feelings a little bit. Joe's very strong. He's a very big dude and very strong. BJ's wearing like a hoodie. He's like, ripping out what, 405? Or what? I don't remember the weight because I was happy I got 315, but
outrageous.
Yeah, but anyway, but like,
wait, BJ, you rep 405?
You reps more than that.
More than that.
Like 3 to 5.
What's your max?
Right now, probably like 455.
For one time.
I spotted him when he did 555. So
what do you do if you're spotting him at 555? I was going to say, what happens if it gets loose?
Well, you take the clips off so he can dump the weight.
Experienced lifters know that's you.
Yeah.
You bench with the clips off and you squat with the clips on.
Yeah. So you can throw
it. So you can throw it off.
You lose it. You can.
What are you squatting?
I'm not squatting right now.
Once again, I've seen him do 600.
Squat?
That's
for one time.
For reps.
Yeah.
The bar was bending at him like this as he was.
I would like to point out that my wife, Jamie, she's called the Ant, and she was squatting 175 for a couple times when she was like 110 pounds. She's like a couple pounds heavier now.
Yeah. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like literally a couple. I'm not talking like 40, but she'll kill me if she's listening. But,
she is.
I do want to talk about the one cool thing is, so she used to be really big in the CrossFit. And this is after we had our daughter. I think she was like 4 or 5 at the time. And she goes to the gym and they're doing like, they do the PR things. The owner's wife does it. She did like 7 or 8 pull-ups. And Jamie gets up there and knocks out 11 dead hang pull-ups. The owner, come on, Jamie, you can do more. She's like, oh. She gets off, and this is in her 40s, gets back up in the bar and does 14 dead hang. After having our daughter.
If I do, I'm walking out the gym, yo.
All right, guys. We got to be respectful of time.
Respectful of time. So, book.
You good?
Look for it.
Amazon.
StreetTales.com.
Again, we know where you live. Buy the book.
Local bookstores.
Love it.
Appreciate your support.
All right, clap it out.
Boom.
That was fun. You realize we could just keep going all day.